The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Pregnant and fleeing to safety. That's a story of a San Antonio woman who was living in Ukraine with her husband when the war with Russia began last month. We brought you Lisa Petrenko's story 3 weeks ago. Her family here in San Antonio asked for prayers.
A lot of you responded to that story. You know, they've been raising money to help the young couple get to safety. So you're probably wondering, where are they now? Well, Alicia Barrera tracked their journey on social media.
Since the morning of the invasion in Ukraine on February 25th, the Instagram account of Lisa Petrenko, a San Antonio native, has fallen silent as she desperately found a way to reunite with her husband Andriy before fleeing Ukraine.
We have been very vague with our information for security reasons, but I can tell you that they are safe. They have made it to where they need to go.
While still under martial law, Andriy, alongside his wife, crossed into Hungary as refugees, where they later reunited with Elisa's mother, Heidi Bard, who traveled overseas.
Quick update from Budapest, Hungary.
Bard has since continued to update her thousands of followers on social media.
Everybody's been asking, has Alyssa had her baby? She has not. So we are waiting patiently for this sweet little girl. She is past her due date by a few days.
Bard says her son-in-law, a Christian missionary, has helped other Ukrainian refugees in Budapest.
A lot of them don't speak English or Hungarian, so he's been such a comfort to them, be able to interpret for them and help them with the paperwork and help them get homes and food and places, you know, if they need travel.
As the young couple waits for the arrival of their firstborn, they continue to pray for the bloodshed and war at the hands of Russia to end.
According to the family's online fundraiser, it's thanks to the nearly $40,000 donated that the young couple is able to pay for lodging, but most importantly, to cover hospital bills for the birth of their daughter in Budapest. Reporting Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
For just a moment, crews stopped demolishing San Antonio's iconic Hakala Mexican restaurant to salvage what they could inside of that gutted building. It held countless memories of its nearly 75 years of serving everybody. And although much of it was waterlogged and covered in soot and mud, whatever crews found were really considered treasures, mementos of the good times. One of the most cherished items was a menu with a photo of Hakala's founders, Adelfa and Rudy Quiñones, who started that restaurant in 1949.
I didn't realize until yesterday how iconic this restaurant was. And I think they would be so proud. And we continued it for almost 75 years.
The San Antonio Fire Department still investigating what caused that fire. And although the restaurant was insured, the owners say that it's still way too soon to say whether they're going to reopen it. So they say that they are more than grateful that a lot of other restaurants have stepped up and offered to hire their employees and give them jobs.
A man is in the hospital and facing charges after an early morning shooting in West Bexar County. It happened around 4 a.m. in a neighborhood off Marbach Road. As Katrina Weber reports, the man was shot by an off-duty police officer looking into some trouble at someone else's home.
Bexar County Sheriff's deputies set up near Overlook Point and Nectar Creek, roping off the area. The man at the center of this crime scene was a crime fighter, an off-duty officer with the Northside School District who shot a man allegedly involved in an assault at a neighbor's home.
He was in his residence, asleep, and when he heard this going on, and he went out to investigate.
Chief Charlie Carnes spoke briefly about his 5-year veteran officer, but left the shooting investigation to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Deputies originally had been called to the area for the assault after 3:30 this morning. They were looking for that suspect when they heard glass breaking behind a home. Then soon after, gunshots.
At this point in time, we do know that the officer fired several rounds at the suspect, striking him once.
Sheriff's investigators say the off-duty officer fired at a 25-year-old man, the one who they believe was involved in the assault and had tried to break back into his own home.
He did sustain one gunshot wound to his right lower calf, and from my understanding, it's being considered non-life-threatening.
A big question in this, and part of the investigation, is exactly what happened between the man and that police officer to make the officer pull his trigger. Until investigators find out, the school officer will remain on administrative duty. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
A 45-year-old man recovering after he was shot while driving his truck early this morning. It happened just before 3 on Highway 90 in South Callahan. Officers are telling us the victim was on Highway 90 when someone in another vehicle fired at him, hitting him in the armpit. Now, we're told he also suffered wounds to his face from the shattered glass. The suspect drove off. We don't know if police have arrested anybody in this case, but the wounded man was taken to University Hospital in stable condition.
And a woman is in the hospital following a rollover crash near downtown overnight. Officers responded to southbound I-35 near San Pedro around 1 this morning. They tell us the woman's car launched from the upper level to the lower level for some unknown reason. Firefighters had to extract her from the car. She was taken to University Hospital as well. Her condition is not known. The investigation is ongoing.
Today, churches and members of the New Braunfels community are working together to support Ukraine. This afternoon, the Tree of Life Church, along with 20 other New Braunfels churches, held a Stand with Ukraine community prayer event. One church leader told us that he's proud to see the community show support for Ukraine during such a difficult time.
Well, one thing I love about New Braunfels is the community comes together.
And the Consul General of Ukraine was also there at that event.
And that music you might hear coming from downtown this weekend is the sweet sounds of Tejano. The Tejano Music Fanfare is back at Market Square after a 2-year absence. RJ Marquez tells us why the fanfare's return is an important step for the future of Tejano music in San Antonio.
For the first time since the pandemic, the Tejano Music Fanfare is taking over Market Square.
We bring in bands for 4 days. It's like a little Tejano Woodstock.
Thousands of Tejano music fans are expected to attend Fanfare this weekend in the heart of Tejano country.
It's a great awakening for Tejano industry. Everybody's pretty happy. Had a great crowd yesterday, and we anticipate great crowds today and tomorrow.
And over 150 artists from Texas, across the country, and Mexico are hitting the stage.
This is the gateway to Tejano music. 99% of the bands that you actually see that have made careers out of this have come through Fanfare.
The music is the obvious headliner for this event, but this is also a big deal for local merchants and vendors who rely on this business and these customers to make a profit. We have everything here from sausage on a stick to aguas frescas to these delicious gorditas that are being made right next to me.
The people are coming here all having their little gorditas and all their tacos are having all that. It's great. They're tripas. It helps the merchants.
The event is presented by the Texas Talent Musicians Association, a San Antonio nonprofit that promotes and raises awareness for Tejano music.
We have scholarships, and we also have events such as this one to help bands, showcase bands.
After 2 years without fanfare, these Tejano music fans are ready to put on their dancing shoes and have a good time.
We come out and try to support the city and just enjoy the day. We come every year. We're just glad that it's back on because of COVID.
Our kids love it. Our grandkids listen to it and dance with it. This is what it is. The culture's there.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
All righty, now we're going to take a live look outside where, by the way, happy Friday. This is a nice way to start your weekend, just nice and calm there. You're looking at I-35 along north, along Loop 410, where you see traffic is flowing very smoothly, very nice clear skies right now. So really nothing to worry about if you're traveling, and that's along the northeast. All right, switching gears now, new at 6. It's a big day for new doctors at UT Health San Antonio. After years of hard work, they found out today where they're going to continue their medical careers. And this is a huge deal. And yes, it is treated like one at Flora's Country Store in Helotes. Photojournalist Sal Salazar was there for the excitement of match day.
I'm going to find out today where I match and start training for the next 4 years.
It's a long time coming. I've been so excited about this day.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but I'm just excited to find out where I'll be for the next few years.
I'm Dean. It turned out fine. There is no disappointing residency program.
Boston University! I matched pathology at Cleveland Clinic.
I matched urology at University of Rochester, New York.
These students have worked incredibly hard, run quite the gauntlet. Today they get to find out the fruits of those labors.
Johns Hopkins, Texas Tech University, Lubbock.
Mount Sinai Beth Israel, New York City!
This is the next chapter of their life. This is the end of the beginning. They're going on to their specialty training, and they're finding out what city they're going into.
Kaiser, San Francisco.
and that will be likely where they stay for their professional career. So it's life-defining.
To emergency medicine at LSU.
Unbelievably exciting, top choice.
God is so good. I matched my #1 spot. I can't wait to get started.
I'm so excited.
I'm staying in San Antonio.
I am matched to Tufts Medical Center for dermatology.
We see these kids and their joy and their smiles and their laughter and their families hugging together. It's the culmination of 4 years of hard work.
Dr. Harris, you are going to University of Alabama, Birmingham.
All right, now we're taking the live cam out on the south side. As Stephanie already mentioned, it's a beautiful day. It's Friday. Things are looking good. But can we expect any of that to change? Adam?
Yeah, the wind was an issue this morning, Adam. How about later on tonight, tomorrow?
You know, luckily the wind is already pumping the brakes. Our maximum gust measured at the airport was 33 miles per hour. But you look at the latest readings and winds are sustained between about 5 and 10 miles per hour, at times gusting into the upper teens. It's going to change quite a bit, though. Just in the next couple of hours, you're really not going to notice the wind all that much. It's not going to play a role in our weather tonight. It'll be actually calm later on tonight by about 10 o'clock. 74 degrees right now, but temperatures falling off pretty quickly. The chill's going to creep up on us by 11 o'clock, mid-50s, and I think we'll start the day tomorrow with temperatures near 40 degrees for most of us. We'll get into those details in a bit, talk about the big temperature spread that's coming our way this upcoming weekend, because it's going to be noticeable between the mornings to the afternoons, and our next chance of showers and storms is just around the corner. Also just around the corner, that's right, you know what that music means, everybody, Fiesta. It is almost here. And we've got Katie and Sarah Santikos of Cibolo, our first medal giveaway. Such an honor to have the first medal giveaway. How's it going?
Oh my gosh, Adam, this has been so much fun. As you said, we're at Santikos Cibolo. We've just handed out a lot of Weather Authority medals. We've got a lot of excited KSAT fans, and we're going to be doing this kind of event throughout Fiesta.
Yes, we're very excited. Coming up after the break, first of all, we'll show you the medal, very important. We just saw it for the first time today, so this is like breaking information. So we'll show you the medal, we'll show you around Santikos Entertainment Cibolo, coming up next.
See you in a bit.
Welcome back. Cryptocurrency making people lots of money, and you could be next. You're going to see why it inspired an organization to teach the ways of crypto right here in San Antonio. We apologize, it's not the right video. That's the right video. Yeah, we're going to talk about that and cryptocurrency when we see you tonight on the Night Beat. All right, so now let's get excited here. You know when you hear that music, you know, just gets you nice and pumped up. KSAT Fiesta medal season, yeah, baby, officially underway as of about, 12 minutes? Today, the first chance at a free Weather Authority Fiesta medal. People started lining up at the Santikos Cibolo movie theater at I-35 and Weiderstein.
That's right, and it's actually going to be me and Stephanie's first Fiesta, so we're especially excited about that. Now, meteorologists Katie Blake and Sarah Spivey getting the honor of being our first medal ambassadors. They're joining us live. How's it going, guys?
Hey, we have had so much fun out here at Santikos Entertainment Cibolo. It's been a blast.
Yeah, so much fun, and we got to meet a lot of our great KSAT viewers, and we've really missed connecting with our viewers over the past couple of years because of the pandemic, so it was great to see some folks this evening.
It was great to give away medals, and look, the best topping for popcorn here
at
Santikos Entertainment. This is our 2022 Fiesta Weather Authority medal, and it is beautiful, full of colors and excitement. And you know, while Katie and I were here, we got to thinking about Santikos. It's a movie theater. It's so much more than a movie theater. There's been incredible things here. There's,
oh my God.
There's an arcade. There's food. There's even VR headset entertainment games. It's crazy.
There's a lot. There's bowling. So there's so much to do before you even go see your movie. After you see your movie, this is an awesome place.
And if you missed the medal giveaway today, we are going to be doing so many medal giveaways through Fiesta. Not only Weather Authority medal giveaways, but Thermometer Thursday medal giveaways.
Yes.
And of course, KSAT weather giveaways.
So many, and we're going to have them sprinkled throughout the next several weeks. But the key is you've got to watch KSAT News to find out when the next giveaway will be. We'll tell you 24 hours ahead of time. You can also find out on all our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So follow us there to be alerted to the next medal giveaway. So you can get your hands on one of these, minus the butter in the popcorn. That was just for theatrics.
It's pretty good.
This is really good. All right, back to you guys. I think Adam is rubbing off on Stephanie a little bit because she gave us a yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
And that's definitely Adam's trademark. So yeah, baby. Back to you guys.
How do you know I didn't rub off on you?
Yeah, right, maybe.
Right?
You haven't said rowdy yet. When you start calling things rowdy, then you know you're picking it up.
Yeah,
everybody's energies would be through the roof. I love how Katie never put down the bucket of popcorn.
No, and yet it's still full. Pretty suspicious. All right, here's a Sky
They keep
12
refilling
here.
it. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Sky 12 here over the Guadalupe River in Comal County, where you see some rafters out there. I don't know if the weather really calls for doing that.
Afternoons, yes.
But
mornings are going to be a little cool, though.
I wouldn't want to fall in the water.
Yeah,
it'd be a little cold.
Do a little cold conditioning for your body, all right? All right, so let's jump into the forecast here. We're going to have a big temperature spread from the mornings to the afternoons this weekend. Take a look at what we're expecting the next couple of mornings. 42 in San Antonio tomorrow morning, 44 on Sunday. So we're running about 10 degrees below average, light jacket, hoodie, sweatshirt kind of weather in the mornings. Then by the afternoons, we'll have plenty of sunshine and warmer temperatures. We'll get into the details right now. Take a look at the current readings across the state, 60s, 70s, and even a few 80s on the map. Corpus Christi at 80 degrees. Meanwhile, Laredo 78, 82 Cotulla, 74 New Braunfels, and Kerrville right now at 69 degrees. Locally, for the most part, we are in the low to mid 70s. Stinson an exception, along with Pleasanton at 78 degrees, and now 68 Bernie and Los Maples. This is what the map should look like tomorrow morning. Again, long sleeves or light jacket to start the day. 39 in Bernie and Bulverde. Comfort 35 degrees. Kerrville about 36. So we're talking a chill in the air, but at least we're above freezing. Rio Medina 39, Divine 43, Converse 43. Most of San Antonio about 42, 43 degrees in the morning. But by the afternoon, shorts and short sleeves, flip-flops, A-OK. Upper 70s right near 80 degrees both Saturday and Sunday afternoons with a lot of sunshine and a lack of mugginess in the air. We need rain though. We really need some rain, and our next chance is Monday, and that's our only chance in the 7-day forecast. And you see the big wound-up system moving through the Midwest toward the Great Lakes. That's what affected parts of Texas yesterday, and it has a lot of good moisture with it. It dropped some good moisture, especially Colorado and Oklahoma, parts of Arkansas, Missouri. Now it's moving it even farther away from us. That just wasn't ours, unfortunately, that moisture. Our next disturbance has just moved out of Alaska and is headed toward the west coast of the United States. This will continue to drop into the lower 48 this weekend, bring some moisture to the west coast on Saturday, Rocky Mountains on Sunday, and then still the indications are that this is going to dig far enough to the south to put itself in a position to enhance our shower and storm chances on Monday. So a sunny weekend, and then on Monday, that's our only chance of rain here in the foreseeable future. And actually, we could have some strong to severe thunderstorms in parts of our area on Monday, but increasing chances the farther northeast you go of San Antonio, especially Waco, Tyler, Lufkin area. That's where we have higher chances of the severe weather. But we can't rule it out around here. One of those situations that we will be fine-tuning and really giving you the latest info as it comes in throughout the weekend. So be sure to check back in regards to Monday's storm and severe weather possibility. Tomorrow morning, 42. By the noon hour, 68. So comfortable by noon, 78 the high temperature. A southeasterly wind at 5 to 15. A little bit gustier on Sunday, and that wind's going to be coming off the Gulf of Mexico. So that's going to increase the humidity, and you'll notice the stickiness in the air on Monday with that only lonely chance of storms. And next week, we actually cool off a bit. I mean, we're talking highs near 70 by Wednesday.
All right, Adam, thank you.
And now, in the midst of March Madness, there's a lot of big sports news around. What can we expect?
Hey, you know, this could be March Madness NBA style tonight when the Spurs host the Pelicans, because this is a must-win game for the San Antonio Spurs if they hope to qualify for that play-in tournament. And how about this? Deshaun Watson is set to become a member of the Cleveland Browns. Coming up. Madness is coming to the AT&T Center next week, but before that happens, the Spurs will host the Pelicans tonight in a crucial game in terms of the Western Conference play-in race. New Orleans is 10th and currently holds down the final play-in spot. A win will give them a lead of 2.5 games on the Spurs, but a loss would put San Antonio just a half game back while wrapping up the end-of-season tiebreaker for the Silver and Black. The Spurs lead the 4-game regular season series 2-0 entering tonight. This is the type of game the Spurs have to win.
For sure. I feel like there's games that we not only should win, but we need to win, you know. And that's the thing with the NBA. Everyone comes out to play hard and everyone has games. So we can't come into some games thinking, oh, we're about to blow these dudes out or this is going to be an easy game, because everybody can put the ball in the hoop. You know, that's what we're getting paid for. So we got to have a grudge, kind of like a chip on our shoulder going on for these next 13, 14 games, you know, feeling like we got to, you know, there's a target on everyone's back, and we got to go out and get it.
Spurs beat the Thunder 122-120 Wednesday night. That was another must-win. They blew a 16-point third-quarter lead and then held tough down the stretch to pick up a half game on the idle Pelicans. Josh Richardson says games like that will only make the Spurs better.
I just think it's good for our growth as a team to play in those games and to win those games, because, you know, once it comes down to the end of the season, the nitty-gritty playoffs, all the games are pretty close. Like, it's tough to find a blowout game in a playoff series. So I think it's just preparing us.
Josh is listed as questionable with left calf tightness tonight. And this morning, Spurs shoot-around was canceled due to a power outage on Hebner Road near the Spurs practice facility. Spurs and Pelicans face off 7:30 tonight at the AT&T Center. New Orleans' second leading scorer, Brandon Ingram, is out with a hamstring injury. They're just 3-16 when he doesn't play this season. In men's college basketball, the Baylor Bears are one step closer to defending their national championship. Ranked number 1 in the East region, the Bears cruised by number 16 Norfolk State 85-49 yesterday, leading wire-to-wire. Bears guard Matthew Myers scored a career-high 22 points while making a game-best 4 3-pointers. Baylor will next face number 8 North Carolina in the second round tomorrow morning at 11:10 at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. In today's action involving Texas teams, number 6 Texas beat number 11 Virginia Tech 81-73 in the East region. Texas will next play number 3 Purdue on Sunday, time to be determined. In the West Regional, number 3 Texas Tech beat up at number 14 Montana State 97-62. Wagner alum Kevin McCullough scored 10 points for the Red Raiders. So Tech will next take on Notre Dame on Sunday, that time to be determined. And in the women's big dance, the Baylor Bears dominated Hawaii 89-49 this afternoon. East Central great Alyssa Smith had 21 points and 14 rebounds for the Bears. Baylor will face number 10 South Dakota on Sunday, time to be determined.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
In a crazy turn of events, Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson waived his no-trade clause and is heading to the Cleveland Browns per multiple reports. This is after he told them no yesterday. Watson posted a picture of himself on Instagram in a Browns jersey with the words, "Dog Pound." Houston will get 3 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and a fourth-round selection. The Browns get a fifth-rounder and Watson. Cleveland is set to give Watson a 5-year, $230 million deal, all the money guaranteed, per Adam Schefter.
Lots of big moves in the NFL this offseason.
Lots.
And the Browns are trying to bounce back. They got Amari Cooper from the Cowboys.
Yeah. Probably a huge reason why Watson said, let me go there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice target to throw to.
Oh, yeah. Well, still to come at 6, police near Dallas investigating the death of a 19-year-old and its connection to a couple of house fires. What dispatchers were told before one of those houses caught fire.
And the bombings continue in Ukraine. President Joe Biden speaks directly to the Chinese president. What was discussed during that call? Next.
Economic sanctions and a clash with Western European nations. That is what officials from the Biden administration have said that China could face should President Xi Jinping provide assistance to Russia in its ongoing attack on Ukraine. Now, as Gloria Pasmino reports, during a call with Biden, the Chinese president said that conflict is not in anyone's interest.
China could face economic sanctions from the U.S. and Western European nations if it decides to help the Russian military's attack against Ukraine. The White House says Biden and Xi held a joint video call for an hour and 50 minutes Friday morning. The meeting comes at a pivotal point for ties between the U.S. and China. In advance of the meeting, the U.S. Secretary of State previewed the administration's views.
And we're concerned that they're considering directly assisting Russia with military equipment to use in Ukraine.
If she provides that support, it could cause a clash between the U.S., China, and Western European nations. China could face serious economic risk with trading partners in Western Europe and the U.S. So far, Beijing has refrained from voicing clear support or opposition to Russia's invasion.
There were some explosions. I heard the noise, and then I looked right away and I saw a column of smoke rising.
Attacks continue across Ukraine. Officials in Lviv said a Russian missile struck a location near the city's airport. As the Russian military pushes west, residents in Ukraine say they fear the danger of the attacks and leaving their loved ones behind.
It's scared to leave all family.
I'm Gloria Pasmino reporting.
Now shifting to COVID, the Omicron COVID strain has stronger staying power than other COVID-19 variants, but health analysts say there's no reason to get overly concerned. Findings from 2 recent studies show Omicron survived about 3 times as long on surfaces like plastic and skin compared to the original variant. Researchers add the study should be taken in stride since the experimental conditions are far more favorable for virus growth than in everyday life, and people are more likely to test positive for Omicron by inhaling it than getting it through touch.
Yeah, just some perspective for us. Now, it looks like kids who get COVID-19 have natural protection from getting it again for about 6 months. And that's according to a study that was conducted right here in Texas, which looked at more than 200 children from ages 5 to 19. And 6 months after recovering from the disease, most of them still had antibodies against the virus. Age, sex, symptom severity, and body mass index apparently did not appear to affect the level of antibodies, but things did change after the 7-month mark. And by then, only about half the kids still had detectable antibodies. And by the way, if you want to read more in that study, it was published in the journal Pediatrics.
Police in North Texas investigating an apparent suicide after authorities found the body of a 19-year-old man in a house that caught fire yesterday. Roy City dispatchers getting the call saying a young man who was related to the homeowner went inside with a gun and a gas can, then ordered a family member to leave. Another house caught fire at roughly the same time. Both homes were heavily damaged. According to police, it looks like the 19-year-old may have set both fires on purpose before taking his own life. It appears that members of the same family either own or live in both homes.
Coming up, if you've been keeping up with this for the last 5 years, the happiest country on earth may not surprise you this year. So we're going to tell you which country was selected. Again, that is still to come.
Upsets are already happening in the NCAA college basketball tournament, and at least one team is going to see a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon. Why one psychologist says that is next at 6. March Madness is officially underway. My bracket may already be busted. We're not going to talk about it. First round games of college basketball tournament continue tonight, and if you find yourself rooting for the underdog, a sports psychologist says there's a reason for that. Mandy Gaither has more on the science that makes your brain pull for certain teams.
March Madness is here. You may find yourself jumping on the underdog bandwagon, and your brain is what's driving you there, says Jamie Houle, a sports psychologist with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
It's almost gratifying when folks that are supposed to win don't.
Houle says there's a science behind the desire to pull for the underdog. First, we can relate to them, even if we're not aware of it.
What it makes us believe is that maybe at some point we might be able to do something great, overcome some kind of odds that seem like overwhelming.
There's always an expectation that the best teams will win, but when that doesn't happen, Houle says we find joy in the unexpected.
When we see people who are really great mess up, it makes us go, okay, cool. Maybe I'm not that different than everybody else.
Many times fans root against a team as much as they root for one. Houle says that's our brain's way of wanting things to be fair.
We want justice, so we want things to be kind of equal, and when they're not equal, that doesn't really feel good to us.
Indianapolis. And finally, we often find an unexpected outcome to simply be more exciting.
We want chaos because it's kind of more fun to watch than the regular things we do every day.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Yes, rooting for the underdog gives us hope, right?
That's why we love March Madness, the chaos.
This is true.
And then you get a couple Adams, oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I'm not even going to try. I can't compete with that.
I mean, people like upsets too if it's not your team that's being upset. You know?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, always.
It's always just gratifying for some reason to see that. All right, let's talk about it. 74 degrees right now. It's still comfortable outside. The wind is diminishing. Right now it's at only 9 miles per hour. You're not going to notice it the rest of the night, but you will notice the chill creeping up on you. Jacket weather this evening, mid-50s at 11 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, pretty close to 40 degrees to start the day. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend, the big temperature spread, and our next chance of storms, which is right around the corner in just a bit.
All right, welcome back. Your time 6:42, and if you had Disneyland down as the happiest place on earth, scratch that out and put Finland down. For the 5th year in a row, the nation takes the top spot on the list of happiest countries from the World Happiness Report. It's based on life evaluations from the Gallup World Poll.
That's right. So it includes things like healthy life expectancy, GDP per capita, social support in times of trouble, low corruption, and high social trust, along with generosity, a community where people look out for each other, and freedom to make key life decisions. And just in case you're wondering, hey, how about the U.S.? Yeah, we rank 16th on that list.
They need to do that study whenever we have Fiesta here in San Antonio.
This is true. Then it would totally skew everything.
Now, if we checked with some Fiesta Medal fans in Cibolo, they'd probably be happy they walked away with a Weather Authority medal during our first medal giveaway this year.
That's right. Meteorologist Katie Blake and Sarah Spivey has been at the Santikos at I-35 and Wiederstein, handing out those medals since 6 o'clock. Now, those medals, I mean, they go very quickly. So we got to ask you, Sarah, Katie, do you have any left? There's one.
Got this medal right here.
There's one more.
We got this one. We may have a few more to give away over the next few weeks. No, we've got plenty to give away over the next few weeks. So if you weren't able to come out to Santikos Entertainment here in Cibolo today, that's okay. The rest of the medal team, the rest of the weather team.
We're technically the medal team.
We'll be giving away medals over the next few weeks, so keep an eye out. But yes, in case you missed it, this is this year's Weather Authority medal.
And how that works is we announce it and we post the location and talk about the location 24 hours before we're at the location. So you have plenty of time. Just stay connected with KSAT on air, online, on our social media as well. And Santikos Entertainment, it ain't just got movies. It's also got bowling. All right. I got this 8-pounder here. Katie, we're going to see who's the better bowler. Are you ready, girl?
Yeah,
let's do it. Here we go.
I don't really like to show off my skills this way, but
Here we go.
It's fine. You ready? Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
Oh, I got a spare.
Okay, all right. Okay. No! Man.
Oh!
I took it easy on Sarah.
It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Really, don't worry about it. Anyway, I feel like a winner.
You are.
Because I have this, so.
Absolutely.
Go.
And again, we'll be doing a ton of these giveaways, but for now, reporting from Santikos Entertainment in Cibolo, meteorologist Sarah Spivey and meteorologist Katie.
That's me. Bye. Such a bad.
Now, they promised they had more of those medals left. And by the way, if you want to find out more about any Fiesta events, what you do is you take your phone and you just open up your camera function to scan that code that you see on your screen, and that'll take you to all the Fiesta events. Really, really, really good stuff.
And you know what I love about their live shot? It's more of a day in the life than it is just them.
Oh, it's a great Friday shift.
Yes.
Bowling, handing out medals.
And just Katie and Sarah with the way they are. It's more just like, hey, let's just check in and see what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
And it's like a reality show.
I have a quick question, though, Adam, because the medals are highly sought after by a lot of viewers. But which one do you think is more sought after? The thermometer, Thursday thermometers, or the medals?
I mean, let's not get into it. This isn't the time or place. It's all individual, because sometimes it depends on the year. Some people like certain designs from certain years more than others. That's what to see. My first medal giveaway will be Wednesday of next week. Telling you that, but I'm not telling you the location yet. Have to wait on that. So this weekend, big temperature spread from the mornings to the afternoons. So some jackets in the mornings, shorts and short sleeves for the afternoons. So cool mornings, comfortable afternoons and evenings. But Monday, that's our next storm chance. We need the rainfall. But let's talk temperatures first of all. And this evening, as I mentioned before, you're going to feel that chill in the air kind of creep up on you quickly. With the sun and 70s, it's been warm, but as that sun sets, our temperature will fall quickly this evening. So it wouldn't hurt to snag a light jacket before you venture out. Tomorrow morning, we start the day at 42, Sunday 44. So we're about 10 degrees below average for those morning readings this upcoming weekend. It's just something to keep in mind, especially for the early risers. Anybody getting up for that long jog in the morning or long bike ride, it's going to be a little on the cool side, but you have to plan appropriately because we're going to warm quickly. So let's talk about it. Temperature-wise now, still 82 Cotulla. Del Rio, 74 degrees, along with San Antonio, New Braunfels, 74, and Castroville, 75, along with, well, for the most part, we're in the low to mid 70s, but parts of the hill country in the upper 60s. Tomorrow morning, look at this. Bernie, 39, along with Bulverde. Comfort, 35. Seguin, Floresville, Hondo, 41 degrees. And within San Antonio, I'm thinking about 42 degrees to start the day. But by the noon hour, we'll be in the upper 60s. Then into the afternoon, right near 80 degrees, upper 70s to near 80. So Converse 78, Bernie 77, and Canyon Lake 77 tomorrow afternoon. Sunshine all weekend. But Monday, that's our next chance of showers and storms. And we could really use the moisture around here. And really, it's the only chance of the foreseeable future. So let's talk about it. First of all, quiet day across the state. Mid and high clouds off in West Texas. That's about it. The system that affected North Texas and Oklahoma yesterday evening and last night, it's got a lot of moisture with it. It's just moving away from us now into the Great Lakes region. I wish we could have tapped into some of that moisture, but unfortunately, this just wasn't our opportunity, not our system. What could bring us some showers and storms, and actually should, is this disturbance we've been following for the past several days. Same one right near Alaska. It's now dropping southward toward the lower 48. It's going to move into the west coast on Saturday, bring parts of California, Washington, Oregon, some much needed moisture, then the Rocky Mountains on Sunday, and then by Monday, it still looks like it's going to set up in a favorable position to throw some upper level energy our way, kickstart some showers and storms. However, still looks like we'll be kind of on the tail end of the activity. Notice the futurecast indicating a lot of the moisture and rain, Oklahoma, North Texas, DFW, even East Texas. Around here, I think we'll get some. We'll just be on that tail end. As for severe chances, yeah, we could have some severe thunderstorms, but the chances increase the farther north and east you go away from San Antonio, especially College Station, Tyler, Waco, those locations. So there is a potential for some severe storms. We just need more information. We'll fine-tune that forecast over the weekend, so check back in. This weekend, though, yeah, nothing to worry about. Just a lot of sunshine, cool mornings, comfortable afternoons. And the next week, a bit of a temperature drop. I want to point that out. By the middle of the week, highs near 70.
All right, Adam, thank you.
We'll continue that thermometer metal debate during the break. In case you missed it, it's coming up next.
It's been a busy Friday, but we don't want you to miss anything, so here's today's in case you missed it.
On the city's far west side, crews were called out just before 1 o'clock this morning. They say a male driver was traveling southbound on Loop 1604 just before Marbach Road when he went straight through a barrier and then fell about 60 feet down into an embankment.
And a different crash, this one in the downtown area, ending with at least one person in the hospital. It happened around 1 this morning on I-35 southbound and San Pedro. Police on the scene telling us a woman driving a sedan and the vehicle was launched from the upper level of the highway to the lower level. That driver, that woman had to be cut free from the car. We're still working to figure out how exactly this happened and how she is doing. If you have plans to hit the St. Mary's Strip anytime soon, you could see big changes over just the next few weeks, all of which are addressing concerns about crime, trash, and parking. 6 out of 19 businesses have agreed to voluntarily change their operating standards. Some of those changes have to do with limiting the entry age to their business to 21 years old, the prices of drinks, and even hiring off-duty sheriff's deputies to patrol inside the businesses and on the streets. The San Antonio Police Department will implement some residential-only street parking with officers patrolling the area starting next weekend.
These are my parents. They're the ones that started it in 1949.
Somehow spared, a menu with a photo on it of Hakala's founders, Rudy and Adelfa Quiñones, found amid the mountain of rubble, along with even more memories.
This was Governor Abbott and his wife.
A photo of Governor Greg Abbott with his family at Hakala.
And this was after a heavy, heavy Mother's Day. We all sat down to have a margarita.
The good times had before this happened.
Look at those temperatures tomorrow morning. We'll have some mid-30s in the hill country, low to mid-40s elsewhere. Then by the afternoon, we warm up right around 80 degrees for high temperatures later on in the day. Elmendorf 79, Lake Hills 78, Timberwood Park 77. So cool mornings, comfortable afternoons this weekend, and nothing but sunshine. Becoming a little gusty on Sunday. Monday's our next chance of showers and storms. Stay tuned for updates on that.
All right. Thank you so much for watching us, and we'll see you tonight on The Night Beat.
Thanks, guys.